Every business needs sales. Home care is not an exception. One of the most important activities that you're going to perform as part of your sales process is going to be prospecting. Let's go over how our prospecting workbook can help you and your agency grow effectively and efficiently. Now, it all begins with some general information. Our tool is designed to help you come up with the data that you're going to need in order to properly build out your prospecting and decide which facilities are going to be worthwhile and which ones are not, as well as to be able to analyze the costs per marketing visit to make you be able to see how much are you spending per facility and whether or not that expense is actually worthwhile. So before we get started, a few things. Number one, this workbook is designed to be one per facility. So before you begin, always go to File, Save a Copy. We suggest you save the copy as the name of the facility that you're trying to build a prospecting book on. This way you're sure that you're not overlapping information, and you can always come back and revisit, because you should be reevaluating all of your facilities every 90 days or so. So let's begin. So it starts by understanding and knowing what is your hourly bill rate. So let's go with the national average of $25 per hour. Again, where you are might be different. This ranges anywhere from $22 an hour to as high as $45. And I've even got a couple of clients charging $55 or $60 an hour. So this really depends on how you've structured your business. Now, let's take a look at the average number of hours per client. Please note, if you are a newer agency and you don't have enough of a client base to calculate an average or to understand what your average should be, let's just use the number 20 for the purpose of this estimate, simply because that is below the national average, but we're taking into account whether your leads are coming from potentially organic sources, which would be the ideal, or if you're primarily buying your referrals from the internet, using pay-per-click campaigns and things of the like. So we're going to use 20 for the purpose of this exercise and demonstration. And also note, this is informational only. You're solely responsible for the terms and conditions of employment, labor relations, price setting, and your own business processes and outcomes. None of these tools are to be considered financial or legal advice or guarantee of income. So let's move on now that we've established a baseline. So we're going to move on to the facility profile. So what is the date of the initial visit? When did you go? Which facility did you visit? Where is the facility located? What is their address? What is the main phone number? Now, do you have a primary contact in there? What is their job role? And do they have a direct phone number or email that you should be using to communicate with them? Also, establish a secondary contact with the same information. Moving on, let's talk about the facility type. Are we going to visit an independent living, an assisted living, a doctor's office, a funeral home? There are many types of facilities. Please be sure to note what type of facility it is. And if the metric applies, what is the number of beds? Like, what's the max census that they have? How many people can they potentially hold? And as you're visiting them, you'll note what is the ideal time of day or day of the week to visit. And once again, if applicable, what is their utilization review meeting or their UR meeting, otherwise known as the Medicare meeting? And take note of any additional information that could be pertinent, such as vendors must enter through the side door, or vendor parking is in the back, or it's a kosher facility, and be mindful of the practices. All of this information will help you build a better and stronger relationship. And many of you that are looking to purchase this or that are using this workbook, please keep in mind that even if you have an active CRM where you are tracking this, building this profile separately here may seem redundant, but it is useful and it is needed. So now that we have our basic facility profile built, let's look into account qualification. This is designed to help you understand the potential versus the probability of a facility giving you clients. So what is the potential? The potential is how able is the facility to provide you with a client. So do they service the clients in your target area? Are they Medicaid? Are they Medicare? Do they serve your specific client? And then what is the probability? Meaning, even if they have your ideal client, what is the likelihood that they are actually going to want to work with you? So we take into account of, how friendly are they? Is there prominent display of other home care agencies to let you know, whether or not they work with outside agencies? Did the referral partner meet with you? This may be updated, maybe a 0 at first, and maybe a 10 down the road. And were you informed that there is an in-house agency or a preferred provider? All of these things you're gonna label them or rate them from 1 to 10. And you're gonna get a total. Between 20 and 30 means that this is a low probability, low potential facility. And it goes up from there. Each probability score will give you a suggested follow-up, and these are the number of visits you should consider making to this facility in any particular week. Key personnel tracking. If you have a CRM, you may not need this, but it is good to keep together your tracking of who you're meeting and when you're meeting them together with your facility. It's optional. We included it in there because many agencies do not have full functioning CRMs. The list that you see in front of you of key personnel, these are your typical staff members that you will find. These are not necessarily all the staff members you will find. You can always add more at the bottom here. Estimated revenue. Now, once again, these calculations will produce estimates. They do not guarantee results. They do not guarantee income. This is a planning tool only. But if you were to visit snfdata.com, it would bring you to a website as shown here. And this website will give you certain key points of information that will allow you to complete the workbook. So let's select the facility by state. I'm not going to promote any particular facility, or I'm just going to use some random information that I'm seeing up here. And let's say this facility that we are looking at has a total patient days of 202,889. The number of certified beds in this facility is 78. Inputting this data and information will allow this worksheet to produce some calculations for you, which will show you that the potential discharges based on the data that was input is 54 clients at a bill rate of 25 per hour. This facility will produce an average $2,150 per client that you can sign based on the input that we used in the beginning here, $25 per hour with $20, 20 hours per client. And this has a maximum potential estimate of monthly income of 116,000. Now, please keep in mind, this is a very vague and very general estimate because we have done nothing to qualify this facility, and we do not even know if this facility produces enough private pay clients to justify these numbers. This is for demonstration purposes only. And proper qualification of the facility using the steps otherwise will allow you to have a better understanding as to whether or not this facility would have this much of a potential. But again, this formula that we use is proprietary, and it's something that was developed over many years of experience and field work. And I have found it, we have found this to be pretty accurate when a thorough and complete prospecting has been done. And this revenue number here is the maximum potential monthly income, meaning if you were to get all 54 clients every single month from this facility, this is what it would generate. Your individual results may vary greatly. Next, if the facility we are prospecting is a independent living facility, again, we will not use this. Let's just say the max census of this facility, it holds 100 residents. Based on averages of service of residents that will need transitional care, which is approximately 8%. The maximum based on the 25-hour bill rate, dollar per hour bill rate will be 17,200. And once again, I will repeat, these are estimates and not guarantee of income or results. Next, we will move on to assisted living facility. So if you are prospecting an assisted living facility, and let's again go with a maximum census of 100. We are using the average of 15% of total residents requiring transitional care services such as home care, and this facility will be worth approximately $32,250. And once again, these are estimates and do not guarantee results, and we in no way do we guarantee any sort of revenue. And the final portion of this tool is a facility cost analysis. Which facility are you visiting in which month? So you can break down how many pens, highlighters, or any other items that promotional items you're giving. Okay, what is based on the number you're giving out, your unit cost, you can calculate out how many, what the cost per visit is. Let's make an example. Let's say we're using 2 pens and we have purchased these branded pens at 39 cents each. We are giving out a tote bag at $1.25. One tote bag at $1.25 per bag. And we are giving out 1 mug in this tote bag for a total of $1.75. And we are also going to include, let's say, a t-shirt. We are going to give 1 t-shirt for a cost of, let's say, $5. Oh, my apologies. There we go. All right. So we are giving out 2 business cards at 9 cents a business card. We're going to give out 7 brochures at an average cost of 25 cents. 1 folder at a unit cost of $2. And we have decided to bring them coffee and donuts for $25. All right, and let's say there's a toll that we had to pay for $2.50. Now we are unsure what the business cards cost. So let's say we are buying 500 business cards for $45. That is where I got the number of 9 cents. Okay. And you can use this unit cost calculator for any item. So now, as of now, the total marketing, if we do 1 visit with the same amount, will cost us $40.21. But let's be realistic. If it's a high value facility, we are likely going to do 4 visits in the course of a month with similar items. How many intakes did that facility provide us? Well, let's say the facility gave us 1 intake for the month. That means that intake costs us $160.84. But if that intake, let's say that facility brought us 8 intakes for the month, that means each intake only cost us $20. Okay. And obviously, the more, the cheaper it gets. Okay. And that is our prospecting workbook and how to use it. Thank you for watching. We look forward to continue working with you.